November has started, and it's time to do a movie review since the holiday is about to begin. So, I had two Christmas movies that I had a decision to do for a video. As much as I really want to do the Santa Claus review for the 30th anniversary, I'm going to save that for a future video since it is a franchise. So now, the Polar Express movie is my choice for the video. The movie came out on November 10th, 2004. The movie was based off of the book of the same name, and I did actually read the book as a kid, but I'll talk about it later. Anyways, let's get to the review of the Polar Express in honor of its 20th anniversary. The story basically follows the same as from the book. The boy in his bed listening for the ringing bells of Santa's sleigh at night, but hears the sound of a train outside the house. A conductor explains about the train called the Polar Express and is traveling to the North Pole. The boy hops on the train filled with other children. The train goes past several areas like forests and mountains, and they arrive at the North Pole where Santa will choose one of them. So before I get to the movie, I should talk about the book first. The book came out in 1985, written by Chris Van Allsburg. The books did sold a lot and even pop up during Christmas time. The illustrations that Allsburg made has that calm, relaxing feel to it. I first read the book back in kindergarten and I was amazed by the book. Yeah, it's a pretty short book, but the illustrations look awesome. It has a train and it's Christmas themed. This is like one of the best books. Still is, but I can't say it's my favorite. By around 2003, I was at the library and all of a sudden a poster like this popped up and it said the Polar Express coming in 2004. I was shocked that there was going to be a Polar Express movie, so I waited until I bought it on DVD. Yeah, I didn't see it in theaters when it came out. Now let's get to the movie. I just want to say it's tricky to adapt a short story of a book and stretch it to a full movie, and sometimes they do work, like these three films, not only because of incredibly short stories, but they stay true to the vision and themes of them. Some that don't work, like The Cat in the Hat, let's not talk about it. The Polar Express, despite its flaws, I think this one stays true to the book. But now, let's get to the elephant in the room for this movie, and that is the motion capture. This is probably the most split decision about it, and yeah, I agree on this. I really do appreciate it for being the first all-digital capture film. The animation does look great, at least by 2004 standards. Yeah, it came out the same year as The Incredibles, Shrek 2, and Shark Tale, where they used cartoony look. And then in live action, they used CGI in movies during that year, like Scooby-Doo 2, Van Helsing, and Garfield. Still, what shines in the movie's animation is trying to capture the surreal look and feel of the book. It does look amazing, and while the humans look fine in animation, it's the realism of their textures and movement. It does bother me, and it does become an uncanny valley. This isn't the worst animated film, or not even their worst motion capture one they ever done. This looks good at the time, but could have given it more years, I guess. But yeah, the animation is the most divisive about the movie. Also, I like that Tom Hanks kept his roles to only 5 instead of doing them all since the director found Hanks exhausted. The characters are fine. I totally wish Hero Boy would have his actual name, but in the book, he didn't really have a name. Same goes to Hero Girl and Know-It-All Kid. Billy's the only kid that has an actual name. But yeah, the kids are okay in the movie. Nothing stands out for them. Same goes to the conductor. Sometimes the conductor can be a pushover sometimes, like screaming too much, but hey, it's Tom Hanks. He can handle it. But if I had to pick my favorite character in the movie, and this is going to seem a bit weird, but mine is the hobo. We don't know exactly what he is, but the hint is that the hobo might be an angel or a ghost, hence why you see him pop up in different scenes. There's something more otherworldly about him. I like that he makes fire on top of the train, plus the way he does that awkward animatronic Santa, it does give me a chuckle. I even liked about the moral of seeing is believing, and yeah, it's almost contradicting with the most real things are the ones we can't see. There are layers to the message they're getting across. Now, let's get to other scenes. Like, there are songs in the movie, which one of them is not bad, called When Christmas Comes to Town. not my favorite out of the songs. The Polar Express song when they get to North Pole is catchy, the Hot Chocolate song, and even the main song at the end of the movie, Believe, by Josh Groban. I mean, there's a good choice for a singer. Also, this scene is really cool. I know the train becomes a roller coaster ride, but when they're on the ice, it's a lot of fun. There are criticisms besides the uncanny valley of the animation, and the one song I'm not a fan. There are a couple I didn't like. One is the scene where the conductor takes the girl to the back and they're on top of the train. What? I don't get how they do it. Couldn't they be inside the train car and lead to the front rather than the back? Same thing with Know-It-All Kid following the kids during the North Pole. And speaking of that, the scene where they arrive and before meeting Santa is where they really could have cut. It's kind of filler. Thankfully, the ending does follow the book. The boy listens to the bell where it landed on Santa's sleigh and got it on Christmas Day. But yeah, the Polar Express is pretty flawed, but there are some things I like about it. Like, yeah, I remember being a little surprised, but not confused why the movie got a mixed reception when it came out. Mainly because of the motion capture. True. Another thing is that it was forcefully trying to become a Christmas classic. However, I've seen some people watch the Polar Express during Christmas time. But would I say Polar Express is a Christmas classic? No, I wouldn't put it higher than some I've talked about. I do give the director Robert Zemeckis credit where credit is due for the motion capture. As far as merchandise other than the book, the Polar Express does have some, especially those train models. I would like to own one of them as a kid. Also, this got announced in early 2023 that there is a possible sequel for the movie. Will they do it? Maybe. The Polar Express movie is one I do admire to be closer to the book, and I like that the movie succeeded. I describe it as comfortably entertained, and even though I love Christmas movies, this one I'll put it on in the next few years. So, let me know your thoughts on the Polar Express. Are you on the same range as me, or do you love it more, or do you not like it? That is all for the review of the Polar Express. Happy 20th anniversary. And after this, I have 2 videos coming up on the same day. I'll announce the schedule on that. See ya!